Learners, today's topic is hydrocarbons. So what are hydrocarbons? Compounds which contain carbon and hydrogen only are called hydrocarbons. As name suggests, hydro represents hydrogen and carbon represents carbons. So there are three kinds of hydrocarbons: saturated hydrocarbons, unsaturated hydrocarbons, and aromatic hydrocarbons. So let's get study about these three types of hydrocarbons. The first kind of hydrocarbon is saturated hydrocarbon. These hydrocarbons have single covalent bond between carbon atoms. They are also called alkanes. Since the octet of carbon atom is complete by forming covalent bonds with hydrogen atom, that's why saturated hydrocarbons are non-reactive in nature. They are either animal fats, vanaspati ghee, or dalda. Here there are two examples shown in the slide, that is methane and ethane, where one single carbon atom is bonding covalent bonds with 4 hydrogen atoms, thereby completing the octet. In case of ethane, 2 carbon atoms are forming covalent bonds with hydrogen atoms as well as among themselves, completing octet rule. Saturated hydrocarbon can be formulated with this formula which is shown in the slide, which is CnH2n plus 2, where n represents the number of atoms. It is also to be noted that saturated hydrocarbons are not good for health. Vanaspati ghee and dalda are such examples. They are not at all healthy for our body. The second type of hydrocarbon is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated hydrocarbon is further divided into two categories based on the number of bonds between carbon atoms. So in case if there are two bonds, that is double bonds between two carbon atoms, then it is categorized as alkenes, and if there are 3 covalent bonds between 2 carbon atoms, then they are categorized as alkynes. However, both of them are unsaturated hydrocarbons. So unsaturated hydrocarbons are vegetable oils that we use as cooking oil in our kitchen. For alkane it is formulated like CnH2n, and for alkyne it is formulated as CnH2n minus 2, where n represents the number of atoms. This slide is showing the first example of alkenes and alkynes, that is ethene and ethine. Here the two carbon atoms are bonded with double bond in ethene and triple bond in ethine. Rest single bonds are with the hydrogen atom. The third type of hydrocarbon is aromatic hydrocarbon. Aromatic hydrocarbons are also called cyclic hydrocarbon, which have alternate single and double covalent bonds between carbon atoms. They are also the family of phenol or benzene rings. Because of their structure, they are immiscible in water and categorized by sooty yellow flame. Nylon, polyester, styrene, aniline, etc. are the examples which are formed from aromatic hydrocarbons. One example is shown here as a diagram, the typical benzene structure, that is an aromatic hydrocarbon. So let's recapitulate all the topics that we have covered in this lecture. Hydrocarbons are compounds of carbon and hydrogen. Hydrocarbons are of 3 types: saturated, unsaturated, and aromatic. Saturated hydrocarbons are also called alkanes, which are having single covalent bond between carbon atoms. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are further classified into alkenes and alkynes, which are either having double or triple covalent bond between carbon atoms. Aromatic hydrocarbons are closed ring structures which alternate single and double covalent bond between the carbon atoms.